All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, want to give all the praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High, His only begotten Son. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who root and teach well. Wa Barakathum to the hopeful elect. All right, today through the Spirit, I want to go into a quick prophecy update, a little lesson. And then go into plagues. Plagues is going to be a way that the Lord takes a lot of these people out here in Babylon the Great, being America, which also known as spiritual Egypt and also spiritual Sodom. You see, the place of bondage that the Lord will have the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom in captivity. You see, the kingdom of Judah and the kingdom of Israel. So all 12 tribes of the sons of Jacob be in captivity in America, Babylon the Great. Because Lord Saul will send you into Egypt with ships again. You see, and then Egypt was relatively close to, Egypt was pretty close to where we were dwelling at, the land of Canaan and everything. So it was that land mass. It's not like to the point where you have to ride boats over there. That's how you know that prophecy in Deuteronomy 28 and 68. It's talking about another Egypt, which is America. You see? Now, this article right here is going into the West, the West Nile, which we already know how to pronounce it correctly. But we don't say it correctly because they flagged the video down. But this is just a little news article from Newsbreak that popped up on my phone July 22nd, 2024. And it says, killer plague is now spreading all over Texas. Because that app I have, Newsbreak, it brings all the news from Texas. I get the notifications whenever it's a shooting or something happens in Texas, then it'll be on Newsbreak or a big event. You see, so this virus, I said it, but this plague really isn't, it can be deadly, but the deadliness of it is pretty relatively low. However, this is an indicator of judgments because we just had that C-19 deal going on, and we saw how bad that affected America to where it was a whole lockdown. Then we have different strands of the C-19 that are here. Then it was a thing called the X, right? And it's so many plagues the Lord has sent on this planet Earth because the Lord is doing it as a form of judgment. He did this to ancient Egypt, and we're in spiritual Egypt. And this basically goes into the plague, but really it's not that deadly of a plague. It can be deadly, but it's not really, it's not really that deadly. So we're going to get some precepts. I already quoted it earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and grab it because we're in a time period of the Lord, getting ready to visit this place and have that new Exodus, because Exodus means to exit, to leave. But ultimately, the Lord's getting ready to have that second Exodus because we're in spiritual Egypt. This is Revelation 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city. You see, now that great city is talking about is Babylon the Great. You see, that's that city that that ultimately that it goes into in this judgment, in this chapter. You see, right? It says, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, which also our Lord was crucified. This is where they changed the image of the Messiah. This is the land where they push that alphabet community heavy, just like Sodom did. Right? And this is where it's all these idols, just like ancient Egypt. Because we're in what? Spiritual Sodom and Egypt. It comes in the same spirit as those nations that was here. You see, which is America. And in this chapter, it goes into our captivity, how we'll wake up out of our captivity. And this all happened in Babylon the Great America. Right? But we see that the Lord is called this place spiritual Egypt. And what did the Lord do to ancient Egypt? He brought plagues upon it. You see? He brought all types of plagues and diseases upon it because of all the wickedness and evil that was being done. And America has taken the evil and wickedness and put it to another level. See, this one I was looking for. This one doesn't go into plagues. So yeah, let's go to 2nd Ezra 15. Thought that was named plagues in it. All right, I got one in here. This is 2nd Ezra 16. I'm gonna go down here. I think it's in the 30s range. Let's see. Here we go. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 in verse 37. It says, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack." You see, they're gonna come to pass. It's tarrying, but it's all set up for a certain allotted time. But it's definitely gonna come to pass, which we're seeing it happen now. It just hasn't came into its fullness yet because the Lord is still sealing the elect. Really ultimately, we believe the elect is already sealed. It's that once everybody that's already sealed up, their faith gets to that level, then the Lord's gonna kick this thing off fully. Because we're already in Jacob's trouble. We're already in a tribulation, but we're in the beginning stages still. But the Lord's going to make this thing ignite once everybody's ready. It says, verse 38, "As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth great pains can pass her womb, which when the child cometh, they're not slack at the moment." Right? So it's giving an example of birth. They had a woman has contractions. They call it like Braxton Hicks. I believe it's Braxton Hicks when she has her little contractions before she, actually has the child. Well, that's how the Lord is making all this judgment happen unto Babylon the Great, America. It's in spurts, but when it finally kicks off, it's gonna eventually kick off, but it's in like little spurts. Right? It's little steps. Verse 39, it says, "Even so shall the plagues be slack to come upon earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side," right? So, these plagues are going to magnify even more. You see, the Lord's getting ready to bring judgment on this place worse than he did ancient Egypt. Worse than he did any other nation. You see? Matter of fact, let's go down here. We always bring this out. It's always good to bring it out again. 2nd Ezra 15, I want to get verse 10 through 12. "Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt," which this was stated thousands of years after the ancient Egyptian empire. We done been through countless more captivities after this. Because this is Ezra. Ezra was during the time period of Mede-Persian Empire. So this is way after ancient Egypt. Years. So he was talking about this Egypt we're in now. The spiritual Egypt, which is America, Babylon the Great. Verse 11. "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." Now, what did the Lord do to ancient Egypt? When you read in those accounts in those chapters, the Lord said, "Tell Pharaoh to let my people go." And then when Pharaoh didn't refuse to let the Israelites go, Moses and the Israelites, guess what happened? The Lord had Aaron and Moses bring plagues. What they were saying was making stuff happen. Likewise, we're saying things, we're prophesying, and the Lord is making it happen. You see, and the Lord is gonna have Esau. He's gonna have Esau to let go of the elect, the remnant, because the Lord is gonna deliver them. He's gonna destroy Babylon the Great, America. You see, he's gonna gather his elect in that chariot, that fathership. But ultimately, the plagues are ultimately meant to touch all these people that are following this world. You see? But if you're serving the Lord, then the Lord will protect you from these plagues, which I want to get that real quick, and we're going to wrap it up with that one. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 91, and I'm going to get to the point. This Psalms 91 and verse 9. "Because thou hast made Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is my refuge, a place protection, even the Most High thy habitation." You make this your habitation by, daily believing and serving the Lord, doing his work. You dwell in his truth. Dwelling in his truth, that's the secret place of the Lord. That's how you dwell in the Lord's house, by serving him, being in his truth. What does it say? Verse 10. "There shall no evil befall thee," which is bad times, Neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. The Lord will protect us amongst all these different sicknesses the Lord's going to bring here. He already has a lot of them out. And it's only increasing as time goes on. And it's going to be magnified stuff that's going to be taking people out. You see? But as long as we continue to stay dwelling in this truth, this spiritual ark, serving the Lord, we'll be protected from those plagues. But just know, even more worse ones are to come. Right? Because that article, it compelled my spirit to go and do a video on it. You know, that's prophecy for plagues to be here. And it's more plagues happening. You had the monkey thingy, majiggy. You had all these different strands of the crown, the C19. You see, you have the X, all right, and so on and so forth. There's so many different plagues they got out. But ultimately, we know that the Lord has all these things out for judgments to judge this spiritual Egypt, which is America. You see, and ultimately, all other nations are being affected by these plagues too. But mainly, it's America that's gonna have that great judgment, and the ultimate plague is gonna be those missiles, right? But anyways, Lord willing. This lesson was edifying. I like to end it all by saying, Call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. The honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone, rule teach well. So next time, come Shalom.